So you always have new blood in this market, and you have continuous rotation of new clients, and that's very good. So we really, as a producer, we really like to work for this market, and well, it turned out pretty good for us. So it's our 10 years anniversary this year. So well, we believe everything works very good for us in the last 10 years, and well, things still look very good, even better these days. So with those 4 models, we provide our service that is specially designed for small to medium-sized business. So let's see the models. The first one is the S20. That contains with S20 users with 10 concurrent calls. Then we have S50 that comes with 50 users and 25 concurrent calls. We have S100 that they're up to 200 users and 60 concurrent calls. The S300 that comes with up to 500 users and 120 concurrent calls. So those are the 4 models we provide. With those 4 models, we hope that we can offer a very attractive, reliable solution for SMB market. And well, we hope that you guys can agree with me. And here we offer you more parameters in this market. I know for sure that we don't have all day, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time in all the parameters. Actually, I will share with you this presentation afterwards, so you will have all the information. But there's only one thing I like to mention. As you see here, the S100 and S300 are actually expandable. Well, the basic as for the S100, the basic model comes with 100 users and 30 concurrent calls, but it can be expanded up to 200 users and 60 concurrent calls. This is a brand new design we have for the PBX, which I will be talking about a little bit later. But there is one major change we have made on our SPBX, and that's actually a quite big yet not so difficult decision for us. We have switched our processor from Texas Instruments to Freescale. I'm not quite sure that all of you guys know about Freescale. Actually, Freescale is without doubt the #1 in automobile market. They offer CPU processor solution for all big brands like BMW, like Audi. If you are driving, one of you are driving their cars, you are using Freescale processor. And another very popular product that is using Freescale is Amazon Kindle. Well, nowadays, basically everyone have a Kindle. So all of us is enjoying Freescale product. And I don't know if you guys know that in early days of Apple, before they can actually produce and design their own processor, they all work with Freescale. So they're very reliable, also based on Texas, USA, as Texas Instruments. Well, here I like to do a little explanation because we love Texas Instruments, and we're working with them for since the very beginning of the company. We use Texas Instruments in our PBX series, which worked out pretty good for us. But we do have a problem, that is the Texas Instruments don't really have a roadmap for the processors that we use in our scale. That's a big problem, because even though they are working okay for us right now, we don't see any plan to upgrade or renew the models we use. So we decide it's time to give up the Texas Instruments solution, and we're very happy that we find Freescale, and according to the test running in our lab, it's working out pretty good. And well, I hope when you guys have have our equipment, you can run your own test. And well, I believe you will be very happy with Freescale processor. And well, other than the processor, we have done a lot of work on the hardware of S PBX. If you guys are familiar with our equipment, you will see that is a great upgrade on hardware, a great improvement, and will in our 100 and 300 we use quad-core processors. We have upgraded a new DDR3 RAM, and well, I don't know if you guys know that with all the RAMs we use Samsung product. So the Samsung RAM you will find in our SPBX, and with flash we use Toshiba. Which all of you will actually find them in our product. So that's very, very powerful equipment, very good hardware. Well, some would say that's a little bit of a overkill, and we totally agree with that. We know that when it comes to PBX or this kind of product, hardwares are not the issues that everybody cares about. But as a manufacturer and designer of equipment, we know for a fact that it is very important, because the technology is advancing at a rather rapid pace. For example, SIP only goes big in about 5-6 years, right? But 7-8 years ago, who knows, SIP will go this big so quickly, right? Even back in the early days, the service provider will tell you, oh, SIP won't go anywhere. SIP won't go far. They will suggest their traditional, either digital or analog solution, but now everybody is using SIP. And we cannot make sure what will comes out in 2 years, 3 years, but we like to make sure that even long in the future, when new functions, new solutions, new ways of using PBX has been developed, appear in the market, our can bear those new functions, and you can run those new functions in our equipment without any problem at all. So we have make a lot of extra capacity in our equipment, because we like to make sure that our system can go very long, which is exactly what the end users will expect it. They don't want to change their telephone system 1 or 2 years like their cell phone. They want their telephone system in their company to run like forever. So that is exactly what we intended to do with the SPBX. Okay. Well, now we need to move a little faster. Another thing that another big change we have made is the modular design. Modular design is actually a very iconic characteristic of our equipment, and a lot of our partners and users like it. So this time we decided to go even further on modular design. Firstly, I will introduce you one of our new module. That's our D30. Well, if you remember, I have mentioned that the S100 and S300 are the two models that are expandable. That means, as I have explained, if you need more extensions and more concurrent calls, you can actually do it on S100 and S300. And you can realize this with D30, as I have promised, and I will explain it to you. Every D30 card comes with 100 extensions and 30 concurrent calls. This means with S100, the basic equipment comes with 100 extensions and 30 concurrent calls. With 1 to 30 card, you will have 200 users and 60. That's actually the maximum number supported on this 100, and it's with 300 we support 2D30. So well, you will have in total and 500 users and 120 concurrent calls if you really want to do that. The reason why we do this is well, also according to a lot of our partners, the most difficult conversation that they have to have with their end users is that, well, they have to rip out the old system that they installed and, you know, replace it with a new system. Nobody like to have their system, just old system, just throw out and buy a brand new one. And well, that's especially true for smaller to medium-sized business, because for them, the cash flow is everything. So with this D30 cards, we think that's a pretty good, neat solution to this problem. So all you have to do is to get them this card. They don't have to just abandon their old system. And well, as the installers or the distributors, well, you can just decide how much you want to charge them for it. Well, for the end users, well, it just they get to keep all their old investment, and well, that's actually really more acceptable for them. And well, we have kept all the old modules of our MyPBX. So if you for any of you guys, if you really do have the old modules in stock, that's totally okay. You can just use it in SPBX. We use the same modules. We have that's not a problem at all. Well, the only difference here is that in S100 and S300, we install it on an expansion card that called EX08. So in the old PBX, we have all the interfaces to install modules fixed on the motherboard. But now they are individual expansion card, which you can decide to install it or not according to the situation of your client. That means if your client need nothing but SIP only IP phones, well, you can do that. You can offer them a very competitive solution with no RJ45 ports at all. That's what this expansion port will do. So that will actually offer you way more flexibility than the MyPBX. And another thing we're having here is EX30 card. So with EX30, it comes with one PRI port. In our old PBX, only certain models comes with with PRI port. But now, if your client really need it, well, you can just install the EX30 in your S100 or S300, and you can have all total control of how many PRI ports to install in this equipment. So with nowadays, with further modular design, we are going to offer you way more flexibility, even more flexibility than MyPBX. And well, we have actually done some change in our web GUI. It's not some changes. We are actually making a brand new web GUI. Here we have some examples, and I will show you how to configure with our new web GUI in another webinar if you're interested. And as you see, everything is way more graphic than the old times and more intuitive. Especially for new learners, well, the learning curve is really not as much as the old MyPBX. You can just point and click, even though all of our models are based on asterisk 13. You don't have to memorize all the command lines, do all kinds of difficult operations. So, yeah, you use this brand new WebGUI, well, things will get a lot easier. And another thing that we'd like to mention here is that all of our equipment will come with automatic call recording, which is a license in our PBX now. All of our models support free automatic call recording now. And then we have added a new thing that is a App Center. Well, that's actually a repository that we have integrated all the non-core yet oftenly changed functions into this repository, including some third-party integration, including add-ons. We have put all of them in this repository. For example, we have auto provision. Well, we have a lot of manufacturers, and they keep publish new models of IP phones. So for us, that's very, very important to renew the list of auto provision supported in PBX. In my PBX, we do have a little problem because for every new phone, we have to publish a new firmware. But now with this new App Center, all we have to do is to give you a patch, with new auto provision, and you can download and upgrade each function in this App Center individually, and where you can also choose if you like this function or not, without affect any of the core functions. That's actually very good. And as I have said, third-party integrations and add-ons or some third-party software will also be found in this App Center. Some of them are free, some of them won't be free, but that's just how it is. So this is a very big new decision that we have made. And then we have our Event Center. Well, Event Center has made the new SPBX very interactive. As you see here, we have a whole bunch of lists for all the possible operations, important operations that can happen in your system. For example, in this list, you see VoIP trunk registration failed. That means if the system, one of the VoIP trunk of the system has failed, well, the system will firstly record this issue and send a notification to the administrator upon the configuration here. The notification will be sent by SMS, by email, or by a phone call to extension or to any outside number as well. So the administrator will be notified of this situation. And well, as I have said, we have kept a log of all the operations happened. We will offer you a search tools for you to find specific operation that you will have that has happened, and you can find one of them, or you can just find all the operations happen between certain period of time. That's actually a very good function according to a lot of our partners. So we have added it into our system. And one very important function that we have, new function that we have in our SPBX is RCOE. I will explain it to you with an example. Well, imagine this. Imagine that you are working in a call center, perhaps a insurance agency, and you are trying to call one of your customer to introduce about one of your new product, new insurance, for instance. And well, naturally, the the customer will say, okay, I'll think about it. And then maybe he think about it for 2 or 3 hours, and he decide he will go for it. So he will call back